Jon Stephens, ABC children's TV
I'm
producer.
the producer of the show.
ABC children's TV producer who
Do you want to come have a chat with me?
pled guilty to indecently assaulting a child while on ABC Business, and ABC TV News has never reported it. They were all over the Pell story, right?
Yep.
Yep, but not ABC's own.
I've actually never seen that, but I can look at, do you have some details that you can pass on to me, like some personal details, and I can make sure that we follow that up?
Bill Thompson.
Yep.
I live around the corner.
Okay.
And I have done many Outside Insiders programs over 8 years.
Okay.
Now that they're in Canberra, I can't do that anymore.
Sorry.
But so be it.
Yep.
But I am incensed that the ABC TV News relentlessly covered the George Pell pedophilia story from charging.
Alleged. I mean, he was actually eventually acquitted.
Absolutely. The ABC never covered the acquittal in quite the same depth as they covered the rest of it. I don't know if that's true. I actually worked on a lot of that story, okay,
so I can say that I did a hell of a lot of coverage of both. But you're right, we did.
And then George Pell died, and it was resurrected again on ABC TV News. But this guy, former ABC children's TV producer Jon Stephens, jailed for abusing child presenter, he pled guilty to indecently assaulting a 14-year-old boy that he'd taken on ABC-related travel to the Gosford area.
Yep.
And was jailed for 12 months. My understanding is that he was released early because of ill health. I subsequently heard that he'd been was facing 2 additional charges of pedophilia from his period at the ABC. I went up to Sydney at my own expense to sit in on one of the hearings, and I saw this bloke sitting in the gallery in relation to his charge. And I was going to go back for the next hearing in early 2020. Unfortunately, he died in December 2019.
Before there could be proper justice for something like that.
And the victim in that particular matter in Sydney didn't get his day in court. The victim in another matter didn't get his day in court. ABC TV News has reported nothing about any of this guy's matters.
I would have to say now that he has passed away, their contemporaneous reporting could be difficult. But what I will do is, if you'd like, I can get your email. I can follow up on why that didn't happen and try and get some answers for you. Well, you're right, that is potentially a problem.
I am aware that a settlement was entered into with the victim in this matter, and it may well be that part of the settlement agreement was that ABC got to not report anything.
Way. I mean, the ABC is normally pretty good at reporting on its own
I appreciate
mistakes.
they wanted to support the victim and not to give him more distress. But the ABC deserves to be held to account for not reporting this story and the story of the other 2 victims who were before the courts.
I know that we had a former presenter who was also convicted of child sex offences, and we did report that extensively. Andy someone, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I remember that.
We did report that extensively. If this has slipped through the cracks, I can promise you it would never have been from a cover-up perspective or anything like that.
All right.
It just would have been...
Do you want to get my email address?
I'd love to.
He pled guilty in 2017, so that was well after your arrival as well.
Yes. Oh, no, I've been at the ABC since 2005.
Okay.
I've been here for a really long time, so I'm actually really surprised to hear this, because I know we are pretty diligent in doing that kind of stuff.
Look, I have been an ABC News consumer for over 50 years, and I remember when ABC News used to be a reliable, relatively balanced presenter of news and current affairs, but in my opinion, that is ancient history now. It's been 20 years.
I'm sorry you don't love our coverage. We are trying to do some really fun coverage today. Do you mind stepping away from it?
I'm going to.
Thank you. I promise I will get in touch with you.
Yeah.
And I don't have a card on me, but I could give you my contact details if you wanted as well.
No, that's fine. I'll hear from you, I guess.
You will.
I spoke to Michael Steele, who was on the program.
The Republican that we had on yesterday?
Well, the Republican, the rhino, in my opinion.
Guy.
Well, he's a lovely guy, but I asked him why on the program they didn't discuss the Biden crime family allegations, and he laughed at me and said it's conspiracy theory idiocy or stupidity. And it's neither of those things. The US Congress has had reports from whistleblowers who say that Hunter Biden has been engaged in multi-million-dollar deals with countries that are the enemies of the United States, and has apparently received in the order of $20 million for his perceived ability to have influence with his father. So anyway, thanks very much for your time, Lucy.
And look, I appreciate you coming down, and I also appreciate you stepping away.
I'm going to call it quits.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you. Bye. If I'm still recording, Bill Thompson for ABC TV News Hypocrisy-Watch.